What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever. Period.
We're up.
Vincent Linder's up. Keanu Linder's up.
We're up. If you would have told me week one, I would be sitting here rooting for Keanu.
Amen.
To win the blockbuster, I would have tackled in your face. But here we are, bitch. Keanu Nation, stand the fuck up, okay? He's eating it up. I'm sorry. You know what I kind of see for Keanu?
You see a winner?
I see a BB Can 11 Ty McDonald run.
Okay.
If you watch BB Can 11, Ty is a story of someone who was outcasted early on because of his gameplay. And then he just kept winning. He wouldn't stop winning. And he just kept going. And then he won the game.
He did.
So I don't know, child. I feel like Keanu is one of those delusional people that manifest things for them.
I see that.
Because he's so delusional and so confident in his delusion, things just come true.
They just come true. What's his sign? Taurus?
He's a Taurus. And see them Tauruses?
Oh my God.
It's divine. Tauruses, they have divine manifestation skills, okay?
Do. And a lot of
So, baby, look, if Keanu win, what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do?
Hey, I'm Team Keanu. I love Keanu down. Rooted for Keanu down. I'm happy Vince stayed. I'm sorry. I know a lot of girls wanted Vince to go. I know Miss Mother Rachel wanted him out. Hey, try next time. Good luck, Queen. You better win this endurance comp. The streets say, first of all, the streets said that it was confirmed in endurance comp on the BB Instagram or something like that. Chat, fact check that because I'm not fully sure. Then on the episode tonight, they did not mention anything about it being an endurance comp, and they didn't mention shit about it being on the feeds. So, baby, is it endurance or is it not? Or is it endurance and they're rigging it for Rachel? So they need to make sure them feeds is off.
It's given they planned for Wall. And then they started looking at the current happenings of the week.
And they was like, wait a minute.
They said, hold the hell up.
We're going to have them hang on a hot dog that we haven't done since BB13.
They won't be hanging at all, bitch. They'll be sitting.
Oh, they won't be hanging.
Like BB Celebrity,
the time going to be have red hair. It's going to be a red dye test, bitch. But no. I think Rachel could do good at endurance, but it's a new era. It's a new era. There's a lot of people who could really eat this up. They did confirm that it was OTEV next week. OTEV, is it a little early for OTEV? I miss when they had OTEV strictly at top 876. You know, I do miss that. They started doing OTEV earlier and earlier. I don't necessarily know why they're doing OTEV so damn early. These people don't deserve OTEV. These people haven't played good enough to get OTEV right now, honestly. Wait a little bit for OTEV, but it's next week. So we'll see that. And we'll see what goes on with the endurance comp. Now, before we get started, I do want to shout out myself because yesterday I did have a live stream for the TRK After Show with Derrick Lavasser. It was a wonderful, wonderful stream. To the people who were there, shout out to you guys. A lot of people felt like they got a totally different side of Derrick. I felt like I got a totally different side of Derrick. It was a very eye-opening experience. He talked about why he decided to be a police officer. He talked about some game stuff. He spilled tea on his beef with Vanessa. Baby, if you have missed that stream, you missed the fuck out. Y'all need to go back and watch my after show with Derrick. It just happened yesterday. Watch that.
It was so good, y'all. Shout out to motherfucking Pharaoh Oprah Walters. If you have not watched that video, that after show with Derrick, dead ass, is one of the best podcast episodes that we have done. And that is thanks to Pharaoh. Like, y'all, if you have any preconceived notions of who you believe Derrick is, if you watch this, the way Pharaoh is creating a space for this person to be able to strip their walls down, he got into tea about Big Brother. He's talking about different things in his past life. Y'all, it's good. It's good. I'm telling y'all, it is so good. Like, you need to check it out. Pharaoh did his bit.
So check that out. Period. Check that out after this. Okay. But yes, girl, we can get into motherfucking tea because Zach went the fuck home with a power. Julie Chen had to slap this nigga across the head, baby. Zach, what were you doing? Somebody tweeted, Zach had 3 chances to save himself.
3 opportunities this week to stay safe. And he fucked it all up.
Lee, what's happening? Why didn't he do anything right? And we not even, I mean, I guess we can slide into why the fuck Zach went home, because that's basically all this week was Zach choosing his fate, and his fate being to go the fuck home. It was crazy what
It's
happened.
absolutely insane that he did not use his power this week, and now he's sitting at home. An 8-2 vote. He really was confident enough that he had the votes. He was confident that he can win the competition. Actually, he wasn't confident. He was cocky.
He was cocky.
This is not a example of confidence. This is an example of being a cocky ass motherfucker who thought that the shit was just gonna go right for him. And now he's sitting at home. Like, it's absolutely insane that he did not use that power. And I hate that he's trying to say, "Oh well, I didn't use it because I didn't want Morgan to go up." That's not why you didn't use it. That is not why you didn't use it. Like, you thought you were so confident that you could get away with not using it and staying safe. I truly do not believe he cared about Morgan going up.
He also made the comment on the episode that he doesn't want to give Ava 10K. And it's like, not only are you cocky and overly confident, you're also kind of bitter. Like I think a part of him just genuinely didn't want to give Ava the 10K. He said it. He said it on the diary room in the episode. He was like, yeah, I mean, Ava doesn't deserve this and go. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a mixture of a lot of things. And I don't think any of them was necessarily you didn't want Morgan to go up. I think it might be another ally was going to be up anyways, and I have more votes than Morgan because I'm that nigga and I got all the votes. I think it was given very much so that. And egg on his face, 8-2. You got landslided, evicted, baby. It was bad for you. And I feel like this starts, like, his whole downfall starts at the beginning of his game of being so passive from the beginning. Y'all, if y'all have questions, put them in the chat. By the way, I'll pin them and we can talk about it. But his downfall starts at the beginning. He's always been a super passive player. And we saw week 1 when Zay was nominated, that vote was potentially split. And we were waiting for Zach to put in work to make sure Zay didn't get evicted because Zay was his closest ally. And Zach never, ever, ever pushed for Zay to stay that week. He just sat there and let everyone else push for Amy to stay. And that's exactly what happened. And Zay went home. Then when Lauren was the HOH, he had all the power to control her HOH and take out someone on the opposite side. And instead, he allowed her to put up Adrian as the renom instead of Ashley, who was somebody who evicted him this round. And he made sure that he let Adrian go home with the vote. He did not campaign once again. Super passive all the time. God damn. Goodness.
And that's his main downfall. He's been so passive this entire time. Like, you kind of just went through it all. Like, you cannot play this game in a passive manner. That's why you see people like Keanu, who is so delusional, still doing well inside of the house. See people like Mickey and Morgan, who are not playing well, but they're so active that they're still in a lot of different pots. And like the fact that after flipping his vote, he did not work to keep those loyalty on his side is crazy. Like, he truly fucked his game over because he was just laying low. He was laying so low that he was not making the right connections. He was not even campaigning that well for himself. Like, it was just bad. And the fact that this all happened because he didn't use that veto is crazy. Like, he actually could have bounced back, but him making this dumbass decision this week, he's out.
Yeah. And honestly, it was multiple dumb decisions. It's between passive and dumb is what he's on the borderline of. Like, I just call him dumb at this point because this week he was still starting off the week being passive with the HOH competition when he volunteered to go up and play in the knockout competition. And then he asked for volunteers and he picked Morgan for the knockout competition. He picked Kelly for the knockout competition. He's been playing so passively that he's been playing badly. Ava should not be HOH. He should have chosen Ava versus Will in that first round, and Will would have probably beat Ava because he was winning 3 of those motherfucking things. Ava wouldn't have even been an option by the end of it. It should have been Morgan still in the game at that point. He allowed this HOH to be the HOH. He had 2 chances to choose someone like Ava, someone like Will, someone like Ashley, and he didn't choose them. He's too busy choosing his allies because he's being so passive. And then after that, when he is trying to play he was struggling to decide who he's going to pick in the veto. He wasn't campaigning and he wasn't approaching being nominated good because Ava said if it was a tie, she wanted to evict Zach. Because when he had a conversation with her, he was being borderline aggressive. He was taking it very badly. He just was not being a good nominee. He just did bad. And he didn't use the power. Like, what's happening?
It was bad all around. I don't really have many thoughts on it because, like, you really should just use the power. Like, even with all of the things he was doing in the game, it wasn't that terrible for him to just go out this week necessarily because he had the power. Now, if he never had it, it kind of be a different story. Like, maybe this just happened. You're done. You know, you're not a good player. But he had that opportunity to use that power and really bounce back and try to stay in this game and potentially win it. Like, this is a front runner to win that we just saw go home this week. It's so major, and it's the fact that it would have been fully stopped if he just used that power. Morgan would likely be going home right now if he just used that fucking power. And you can't tell me that he cared so much about someone else's life in this game that he didn't just decide to use it. Like, no, he made a dumb ass mistake, just like Marcellus with the veto, and now he's sitting at home because of it.
Clock it. And when it comes to the vote as well, he a part of the reason it was 8-2 is because of his own fault. Ashley found out that he had been saying he's going to put her up for weeks, and she didn't give him his vote. So that's someone who should have given his vote. She didn't give him his vote. She found that information out. Also, Kelly, Catherine, Riley all turned on him when he flipped his vote for Adrian to leave instead of for Will to leave on that round. And when that happened, or whatever round it was it that one? Yes. And when that happened, Kelly, Riley, and Kat never got an explanation for him. They never got any type of reprimand from them. And ever since then, they didn't trust Zach. They wanted Zach to go. And that's his own fault. He did no repairing for that. While Vince did. He did hella damage control. And Keanu. It was 4 people. Kelly, Keanu, Kat, and Riley were all left out of that vote. And Zach and Vince were supposed to vote with them. They did not. Vince did a bunch of damage control. Zach did none. So when it came to this vote, all 4 of those people are saving Vince over you. You didn't do any work for that. And that's an indicator of him not being that good of a player, because an average player should know to do damage control, baby. What was that? That was crazy. And then on top of not using his power, of course, it was crazy. But let's answer some of the questions.
Yeah.
Shout out to Khalil. Ava looked those boys in the face and asked them to keep Will to not become Tyrese, and then throws their ass on the block. What timeline we in? Child. This was crazy, baby. Shout out to Ava.
I feel like shout out to Diva Pearl. I want to give a quick shout out to Diva Pearl. Now, Mama, you're not back on my client list just yet, but you did this one thing. You did do this one thing. Like, you ate that, Mama.
You ate that one thing. Shout out to Good Samran. Who do you want to win next HOH for mess purposes?
Ashley or Rachel? Or
Ashley
Will?
Or Rachel. Yeah, Ashley and Rachel, mostly because I just don't want it to be a bunch of people I'm not who aren't my favorites. Ashley or Rachel. Keanu would be funny, but I would prefer Ashley or Rachel, honestly.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Sure.
Which is better, Keanu or Tucker, and why do you think he will win a AFP? I do think he will win AFP. I think he can win AFP, but he's here with Rachel. So
I do enjoy Keanu more than Tucker. Because I don't know why.
Why do you think that is? Yeah,
I don't know. Can't really tell you.
Yeah. I don't love either of them. I don't hate either of them. They're kind of both equal to me. Yeah, they're kind of both equal to me. They kind of have similar things, similar tendencies. I think Tucker had a chance in the game. I think Keanu has a chance in the game because everyone else sucks. I think Tucker had a chance in the game because he actually had friends and allies and stuff like that. They're a little weird. I don't. Neither of them are my head honcho of either season. Like, I definitely prefer Ashley or Rachel in this season.
I think with Tucker, I guess like the hype was so overt that I'm like, I mean, I don't have to like Tucker. Like, everyone likes Tucker.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Shout out to his friend. What do you think Will and Rachel's votes do to their game? Nothing.
They're already kind of...
Everyone already hated Rachel, and no one cares that Will did it, in my opinion. Who is the front runner now? I think the front runner has been Vince. I think Rachel had him clocked. The front runner was Vince. I genuinely think Vince is the best player. The reason he got the votes to stay is because he's a better player than Zach. I think he's a better player than most. I think if anyone on his grouping wins HOH, that he will be able to take this game and kind of walk it to the end a little bit easier. It just depends.
I'm interested to see Vince without Zach. I'm interested to see Lauren without Zach, how Morgan's going to react without it. Yeah. I do think Vince, his issue is also being a passive player. So I wouldn't be surprised if he also fucks up his spot, especially with people targeting him. Like Ava, Will, Ashley, and Rachel are still people who are aware that he's someone that has to go. So it's going to be interesting to see how he maneuvers that. I think that Zach was kind of a shield in a way, and now he doesn't have that.
Which is interesting because you wouldn't think, well, I never would have thought Zach would be a shield for him. I'm not gonna lie. I always thought, if anything, he might be the shield for Zach, especially when people started targeting Vince. I was like, oh, Vince is gonna go, Zach is gonna stay, but Vince was able to kind of like wiggle Zach in front of him, and I could see that happening again, like Keanu getting wiggled in front of him and stuff like that. Vince is what what's it called when you're like kind of slimily good at things. Anyways, he's scrappy. He's a scrappy player, so I'm interested to see what he could do. But Vazuki kind of asked what you just mentioned. How do y'all think Morgan navigates now that Zach is gone?
She's gonna hitch her wagon fully to Vince. I think that the new 4 will become Lauren, Mickey, Morgan, and Vince working as a unit. And Mickey has her obsession with Riley and Catherine, so I do think that somehow they're going to be connected with the showmance, because no one wants to touch the showmance. And I think all of them are going to just target Rachel, Will, Ashley, and Ava, except maybe Mickey, only because she does still have a relationship with those people. Yeah. However, we've seen that it doesn't matter what she has.
Yeah, I see that as well. I hope her game like kind of freshens up to how it was at the beginning, where she actually was having conversations with other people, because it was so much where she was only talking to Zach and Vince. Now Zach is, and honestly, she was kind of only talking to Zach, and then Vince would also be there sometimes, but Vince bounced around. Without Zach, I think she's going to talk a lot with Mickey now. She's talking a lot more with Mickey. I think her and Mickey are going to be working in tandem a lot more. And I think she's going to continue talking to Vince as well. I do agree.
The thing is, work in tandem for how long? Because they're both wishy-washy ass people. I could easily see Mickey being like, "You're too close with Vince. Your number one is Vince. What about me?" Like it's just like I do not see this being a cohesive group for that long.
I agree.
What's interesting though is with Mickey's game, I'm interested to see where she is going to go, only because Zach going home is not bad for her game. It definitely moves her up a notch in this like trio foursome with Lauren. And she does have a relationship with the showmance. The showmance has discussed wanting her in their final 3. Kelly is seemingly the only person that's like directly going after her. So I'm like, girl, if you just can mend relationships with Rachel and them, then you would be fine. So I'm like, it's so insane that someone like Mickey is like not in the most danger after that fucking blunder of an HOH. Like, she truly took the hardest path, and she somehow may still end up in that end game. But I think that just shows you why you have to be an active participant in the game. She's very active, very much in people's faces. But yeah, I just found it really interesting.
Yeah. How do you feel about the left side memory wall curse? I think the only people left on the left side is Lauren and Ava Pearl, I believe. Zach was one of the last 3. Everybody on the left side of the memory wall went home. Zach just went home. It's just Lauren and Ava Pearl. Lauren is someone Mickey said she wants out pre-jury, but Ava Pearl, I don't think going. I think it's over. I think Zach was the last one of the curse, and I think now the people on the right side are going to start going home, which honestly, thank God. Will Ashley finally be free from a clouded mind now that Zach is gone? A lot of people should be free from the clouded mind. I don't think Ashley's mind was that clouded. I think Zach was her only dark spot, I will say. But that kind of went away when she found out that he was talking shit about her this last week. This whole entire last week, she's kind of been on the right path, in my opinion. So I think she'll be fine.
Even some last week, she was like, "Oh, with Zach, I have to keep my enemies close."
Exactly.
And things like that. She has been woken up to Zach. And him leaving, honestly, is probably not the best for her game, because Vince would really just put her up, and Zach probably wouldn't have.
So. I agree. Oh, it's Ava, Mickey, and Lauren on the left side of the memory wall. I don't think any of them are going home next. I think the memory wall curse is over. I don't see Ava, Mickey, or Lauren going home next. It could, because I didn't see Zach going home. I will say I didn't see Zach going home. I will say. So I can't even say that. Who knows with this season? This season, they just do fucking anything, girl. Who fucking knows? Bitch, I could see Mickey going home because Morgan's HOH. Like, I could see the stupidest of shit happening. So who knows? Shout out to Kamina. Shout out to you. Do we think we should call this passive gameplay or just not knowing what moves to make since he's not a fan of the show? I think it's kind of both for Zach. It's passive because he doesn't know the show, though. I noticed a lot of smart or people who are kind of smart and they don't understand the show. They think playing like this is the best way. Kind of saw it from Mimi on BB25. She knew the show well, but she thought the best way to play was to be kind of passive. And it's like, that's not the best way to play. The best way to play is be active. I think that was his problem, honestly.
For sure.
What's the best way to handle Mickey if you're Rachel, Ashley, Ava, or Will, since you keep targeting allies or putting them in jeopardy? Oh, I don't know, Lee.
You just have to bow down and kiss the ring. And I think Ashley has mastered that. She's like, I know. Ashley is the master of knowing how to handle Mickey. You just let her talk, let her be mad. Like she said, get her mad and she'll start spilling information. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's all you have to really do. You have to appear as a wounded gazelle to her lioness, and she will leave you alone.
Shout out to Total Drama Simmer. Thank you, King. Better yet, if he told his allies about the power, the trio could have strategized to potentially get out. I was saying that on the round table, not the round table, on the live feed recap. I was saying the same thing. I was like, he should have told us. I didn't like from the beginning when he didn't tell people. I know people love when the girlies don't tell people about their powers. I don't think that's smart, y'all. I really don't think that's smart. Your allies can help you strategize how to use the power. Part of the reason Zach didn't know what to do with the power is because he didn't tell anyone, so he couldn't really game it. Vince and Lauren were strategizing as soon as they were on the block, but he wasn't a part of that, and he didn't tell them anything. He wasn't giving his allies enough information. I genuinely don't think it's beneficial to not use the power, because if you remember, the reason Mickey's power worked is because she told people about it. You don't succeed, and I know hers was a little more specific, but you don't usually succeed with these secret powers if you don't have the help of knowing you might be nominated or knowing who might go up as a renom. Like, Zach had no clue who would go up as the renom. He was assuming it was Morgan, and then he operated like that. But it's like, if you, Vince, and Morgan knew you had the power last week, y'all could have been like, if we all go to Ava and tell her to renom Kat, then you can use your power. She'll be shot. Kat will go up, and then y'all could have gamed it. But you didn't, because you didn't.
Regardless, he should have just used it. Period.
Like,
the fact that he did not use it at all really says a lot about his ability to play this game, for sure.
100%. Shout out to Floppy Discount. As of now, who's got the most solid resume moves? Resume, Mickey.
I think I would also say Mickey. Do I think that means she would win? Probably not, because the people with the better connections are Vince and Riley. Yeah. But Vince and Riley doesn't have resume moves yet, necessarily.
At all. But biggest resume is Mickey. I think the only resume move, I think Keanu and Kelly have resume moves because they've won themselves off the block multiple times. So that gives them moves. I think Mickey has a resume move, and I think Vince, in the sense that he should have went home this week and stayed, it could be a resume move in the eyes of someone like Rachel. Like, if Rachel sees Vince at the end, she's gonna be like, Vince should have went home, and he didn't go home that round. So maybe one or two people, but maybe Ava. But I don't think
gonna say Diva Pearl this week.
She don't credit Ava for this, and I think that's the problem with that.
Rachel, just because of her overall presence,
her energy
is the resume.
Being Rachel is the resume. That's it. No one else really has anything just yet. Why do you think Ashley voted Zach over Vince? That's a good question.
Shout out to Lucas Galore. That's the person who gave me my Lianu name.
Oh, is it? Period. I think she knew. Okay, Mickey went to Ashley and gave a breakdown using M&Ms of exactly what she was thinking. She told her, I think if it's Vince and Zach, we need to save Vince. If it's Zach and Keanu, we need to save Zach. And Ashley, after that moment, kind of was like, okay, well, shit, we got to do it. We got to bow down to the ring. Like, very much so what Lee was saying. Ashley understands Mickey. And I also think Ashley knew the votes wasn't there, baby. It was 8-2. Honestly, everyone should have knew the votes wasn't there. And I'm not sure. I don't know if Will was just loyal or if he didn't think that it was going to be 8-2 or what happened. But everyone kind of knew Zach was going home. So I think Ashley was like, baby, the votes ain't there, you know?
It ain't there, baby.
And her and Will had that conversation too. They said, I don't think the votes are there for Zach. And they weren't.
And Will did it anyway out of loyalty, and Rachel did it out of, spite for Vince. So
exactly.
Ashley had no reason to do either of those moves, really. She is going with the house. She said, I will not be on the wrong side of the vote this week.
Exactly. Okay? Boom. Let's get into our motherfucking what's this? Drafts, honey.
You want to go over the house, or it's too much of a mess?
Zach, I don't even know what to say. I'm not gonna lie. We can pull it up. We can pull it up. So this is the house. Zach went home. Technically, Lauren, Keanu, Kelly, Catherine, Riley, and Morgan are all loyal allies to Vince, but not necessarily to each other. So there's that. Mickey claims she wants her final four to be Will, Ashley, and Ava, but she's targeting Rachel. So that's why it's like, I don't even know where to put you. Morgan just lost Zach. She don't really know where to go either, because she's not really with Keanu and Kelly and Catherine and Riley. And Rachel has been mad at Morgan recently. She's been mad at Mickey recently. Vince is still here, but she's definitely loyal to Will, Ashley, Ava, for sure. So it's kind of this.
Yeah.
But not really.
It's kind of this. I would definitely say, like you said earlier, Mickey, Morgan, Lauren, and Vince, I think they're going to be more of a conglomerate now. Keanu and Kelly are a duo. Riley and Catherine are a duo. But this entire side under quote unquote Vince's structure is not necessarily going after each other at all. And I do think within the 1 or 2 weeks, these next 2 weeks, if they were to win HOH, that one of Rachel, Will, Ashley, or Ava will be leaving.
Yeah, Mickey's main target is Rachel, and Mickey's a very active person. Mickey and Vince are two of the more influential people in the game, and both of their main targets is Rachel. So I think that's the main thing to be concerned about this next week, is that two of the main influential people want Rachel gone. I think everyone on this blue group would probably nominate Rachel because of Mickey and Vince wanting that to happen. And Ava can't play HOH. It's really just Will, Ashley, or Rachel playing to save Rachel. I think Rachel is a big target next week. If Rachel wins, Vince will be the target. And he'll probably be nom next to Morgan, Keanu, Kelly, all of them other pawns as well. The safest people are Riley and Catherine. Truly. I don't think either side will target Riley or Catherine. So, hey, there's that.
And my good sister Lauren.
Who? So the draft, Zach went home, baby. That's at least second.
I finally lost another person.
He lost another person. You lost 2. I lost 3 total. So you still ahead of me in people, but we can kind of go through who we got. Go ahead and start with Ashley. Your first pick.
I mean, Ashley, my good sister, right now in the game, I'm still pretty scared for her, just mainly because of her role in the house, as far as people not liking her, people being slightly annoyed with her still. It's not looking the best. Hopefully her side can just keep winning competitions, because I do think if they can kind of keep their foursome, the Rachel, Ashley, Will, Ava foursome together for like 1 or 2 more weeks, then they can kind of even the playing field a little bit more. There are other targets in front of Ashley now, like Rachel. But if Rachel just goes next week, it could look really bad for Ashley. So I'm really hoping that she just locks in and really can win these comps. Maybe just do a little other small things to make people like her more. Like, I need her to get Morgan back on her side. I need her to make Vince think that she's loyal to him, because she had that with Zach. She doesn't have that with Vince. A relationship with Riley and Catherine, something, relationship with Kelly. Like, I need her to branch out a little bit more.
Yeah, she's been trying to. I think she's moved up for some people. Like, now people want to put up Ava and Rachel. Morgan has said she doesn't want to put up Ashley anymore because they had that good conversation. So she's done slight good work, but yeah, girl, still hard. And honestly, y'all, when it comes to who could win, truly anybody could win. Like, like when we were going through them in the last weeks, we were like, oh, this person could win, this one. At this point, anyone can really win. This game kind of is so weird. It's such a weird season. It's such a wonky situation. Who really knows? We're just gonna have to see. I have Vince. Vince was the second person I picked. I think he's the smartest player in the game, but he's not fully safe just yet, because who knows if Rachel or Ashley win this next competition. He could be nominated. I think if this next week Rachel or Ashley are taken out, Vince finna start walking away with the money a little bit. Honestly, I think he's the biggest contender if I had to guess. So yeah. You got Mickey, child.
Well, like I said, Mickey's spot in the game is so weird yet interesting. I find it only because, like, I think same with Keanu, she manifests herself in a place of power. Like, after the Jimmy vote, like, I do feel like her game should have took a hard fall. And even this week, where her activeness is getting her caught up a little bit, but I'm finding it hard to see who in the house would actually just put her up and go after her. You know what I mean? Like, maybe Rachel. I think Rachel is the one person who could, but even then, I feel like Mickey will be surrounded by targets that would go home before her. Like, people like Kelly and Catherine. I mean, Catherine and Riley really enjoy her presence. I would assume that Morgan could potentially go over her. That Vince is not going over her, but things like that. Like, I just don't necessarily think that she would be the head target, even if Rachel did put her up. So I think that's her biggest concern. Kelly would also nominate her, but I think Kelly would nominate her next to someone like Rachel, who's a bigger target. So I'm like, it's weird how she was able to get out of this and into like a more secured structure with Zach leaving, and then also having Riley and Catherine on the side. Like, I can really see Mickey being here for the long run. And the way this season is working, I mean, hell, she still has a chance to win. Everyone still has a chance to win. So I think going into this next week, I'm really going to watch her to see where she goes, because I low-key think she might be at the back at the top of this house. I don't know.
Yeah, I see it. I think Mickey's problem is her allies. The people who are most loyal to her are going to be getting chopped out of the game, which means who's going to vote you in a jury next to Riley? Kat, Kelly, Keanu, who are best friends with Riley, right? All your friends are not going to be in jury. Next to Vince, right? All your friends aren't in jury. Next to even a Lauren, Vince is friends with Lauren. Kat is friends with Lauren. Riley's friends with Lauren. They like you. That's the thing. Riley likes her a lot. Kat, I think, would like Lauren and Vince more than her. I don't think Kat necessarily likes her next to Riley. So it's like that's her biggest issue, even in the sense of, let's say Rachel and Ashley go. When we get to that big conglomerate of people, it could become an agreement that, well, we like each other more than we like Mickey. And even though Kelly and Keanu aren't targeting her now, it's like Keanu would target her. Kelly and Keanu could target her again. You know what I mean? So it's like, once your people start going, that's the problem. But she's doing fine right now, honestly. I can see her at the back at the top. Morgan, girl, I don't know. It's been real bad for her. Zach leaving really shifts her game. So I feel like I kind of just have to wait. But I don't see it right now. I don't see it right now. I think she's one of the most active players, and that always does wonders for people's game. But we'll see, because, baby, what do you have? Really nothing. Mm-hmm. Keanu, that's your man.
Girl, Keanu ate this blockbuster up. I'm interested to see where he's gonna go. The biggest fear for me is with Keanu is that, like I said in the player rating, that he's always going to be an option to potentially go home, and that's not good for him at all. He's always going to be that option of like a nomination, a collateral damage evictee. And that scares me. I think it's going to be a long time before Keanu can confidently say he's safe, but he believes he is. So, like I said, if you believe it, it will be.
It shall be. Amen. Will. I think Will is pretty safe, in my opinion. I said it in the live feed, recapping the player rating, that I think Will will be safe for a while. I don't see anyone really nominating Will. I think Rachel and Ava will be nominated. I think Ashley will be nominated. I guess he'll be the next option as a pawn, but I don't see him going home in any scenario. I think he'll be here for a long, long time. But you got to pick it up, baby. How are you going to win? Your allies are going home. So, yeah. Ava Pearl.
Diva Pearl for the week. This is definitely a successful HOH to an extent. At the beginning, she wanted Vince to go home. Vince did not go home. And I think a lot of that is because she really wasn't putting in the work with the people in the game to make sure that had happened. I don't think Zach leaving is bad for her at all. And she does still have targets in front of her. It's just, she was someone who was in the middle of the game, and now she chose a side. And that's not going to be good for her in the long run, because she's not the most active player. And now she's not the most liked player. So it's like, where is she going to go from here, especially with her side being targeted? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Catherine is a chop for me. Sorry. She's just up under Riley. Unfortunately, that's a weird situation. And that's really it. She's not targeted, though, because of that. She's not targeted. Catherine finna be here for a long time for no fucking reason. It's giving Alyssa Snyder. I think you said that about her in the preseason. Like, it's kind of giving that, because I think she's going to be able to make it to the end because of her connection to someone like Riley. And that's it. It's like she would have to pick up a lot of different pieces and start doing a lot of different work that she's not doing. Lauren.
My good sister Lauren, my Louisiana sister, my Lafayette sister. Okay. I don't know why I enjoy Lauren. I'm not gonna lie, but she's my girl. Cool. I do think she's going to bounce back from this, because she really is someone that the house really just enjoys. Like, it doesn't matter who she's connected to. I think people like her. I think if she's someone nominated, she's definitely not going home. I think Lauren just needs to branch out a little bit more. She can do more with her position for sure. Like, there's no reason why Mickey and Morgan don't think that they can run you. There's no reason why Ashley and Rachel don't think that you can be pulled in. She needs to start talking to more people and really branching out now that Zach is gone, because that she was kind of attached to Zach from perception of the house. She's not necessarily that attached to Vince necessarily. I think people know about the connection, but they really thought it was bigger with Zach. So now that he's gone, I just feel like it really gives her room to really, expand on some relationships, get back with Ava, things like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, because she could do the same thing that Morgan might do and just latch on to Vince even harder. And that's it. And it's like, girl, I need you to do something else, but we'll see. Kelly, hey, she took a back seat. It worked for her. Maybe it'll keep working for her, and she just slide through. Do I see winner? Not necessarily. Frankly, I don't. Riley, thoughts?
Frankly, who?
Right. Rachel, y'all chat. Y'all got Rachel. Is Rachel giving winner? Is she currently hanging on that wall, eating it up? Is she currently hanging on that hot dog, eating it up? Is Rachel winning this season?
There's no endurance comp. We will be seeing that shit. We better be seeing that shit if it is
girl,
one.
They've been acting the fool with the fees.
Act the fool.
Act the fool. Act the fool. Okay. Oh, wait. Some of the girls is getting real excited. Brown Charlie said it's looking bad. Jay said no. Chessie said we winning. Deteri said Queen Mother. Alexandra said, well, sort of, kinda. Marcus said we winning trust. Okay, wait. So okay.
Y'all don't even believe that.
They're delusional. The chat is delusional. They're delusional. They delude and they mind. I know that's right.
You're confused.
Hey. All right, y'all. Y'all better get into the other shit. Y'all better get into that. Of course, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, we do have our live feed recap and player rating. On Wednesday, we have our after show. On Thursday, we have our eviction breakdown. Get into all of that. Of course, Survivor Australia is starting in a week, in a day or something. Bitch, it's starting soon, next week. So make sure you get into our Australia Survivor coverage. It's going to be dropping every Wednesday when we do our recaps because they're doing, I think, 3 episodes a week. It's only a 3-week season from what they say, and it's only a 10-episode season from what they say. So we're going to watch however many episodes they drop and then recap the 3 of the week or 4 of the week, however they do it on Wednesdays. So stay tuned for that. I just dropped earlier today my challenge recap, so get into our challenge recaps. And coming soon, of course, we have the Amazing Race Big Brother version. The cast dropped today, baby. Yes, that cast was fire, y'all.
I'm seated for this cast. First of all, let's get into the tea.
Amen.
Kylan and Taylor dating?
Girl, we knew. Please.
Girl, I didn't know.
We've been new, bitch.
I'm pooped and gagged, mama.
I knew, bitch.
They been fucking gagged.
It's been kind of a second. It's been kind of a second since they've been dating, from my understanding. So there's that. Very cute for them. I wonder what backstory we're gonna get when we see them on the show. I feel like we might get a cute little, yeah, I met Kylan and da-da-da-da. They've been doing backstories on Amazing Race. Last season they did a backstory for like every single player, so I wonder what we'll see on that. That'll be very interesting.
I'm so happy to see Hannah again.
Yes, I'm rooting for Joseph Abden. I love Joseph Abden, his fine ass brother.
They do look good.
Joseph and Adam.
Joseph and Adam.
The Abden brothers. They can do something in my abdomen.
I can feel something in my abdomen.
In my ass hole. What?
Wait a goddamn minute. You see how you have to.
I love Chelsea. Can't wait to see Chelsea. That'll be interesting. I don't know why the fuck Enzo is there. I don't know why the fuck some other people are there. Rubina, but we'll do a full cast.
Rubina. Don't do Rubina.
Why is she there?
Because her showman's partner was Tucker.
Why is she not a partner with her showman's?
Because girl, only
we'll get into the cast eventually.
Talk over me one more time, bitch.
Because you're trying to come for me. You're trying to disagree with what I'm saying. I don't like that.
Oh, okay. So this is a dictatorship? I thought this was a democracy.
Wasn't.
Oh, okay. You taking that Pharaoh name a little bit too seriously.
Okay, get into the Love Island reunion. That is dropping on August 25th. We will be going live to discuss that as well. So stay tuned for that as well, honeys. I know that's right. Okay, baby. Also, if you want to, send in your votes for Reality Rewind, girl, because the votes is y'all taking away with the votes. But send in the votes for Reality Rewind. The link is in the description. In December, we will be recapping one of these shows that get voted for by you, the public. So make sure you send in your motherfucking vote. The link is in the description. The shows are Bad Girls Club New Orleans, Real Housewives Season 6, Flavor of Love Season 1, Celebrity Big Brother UK Season 17, Jersey Shore Season 2, Big Brother Canada 5, America's Next Top Model Cycle 6, Vanderpump Rules Season 1, Drag Race Season 5, and Dance Mom Season 4. Send in your votes for one of those shows, and we will be covering one of those shows. ASAP. Some of the girls in the chat also talking about the Scripted Kingdom. Get into the Scripted Kingdom. The weapons review will be coming soon, baby. So get into that. Probably this. Honestly, it will be coming this weekend. So get into that for the weapons review or whatever. Make sure you subscribe to the Scripted Kingdom. The link is in the motherfucking description. And thank you.
You're not saying no words
for keeping it real with you. I should be at what's it called? When you do the auction, I should be. You know they be saying words. They just be saying 2, 1, 3. All right, bye y'all. Go watch the Derrick stream as well. He got into the shit. I called him out for being a cop. Get into all of that, and thank you for keeping it real with the kingdom, baby. We out, baby. Wow.